What's up, everybody? ZWade Photo. Today we are going to do 3 censored bodyscapes. Now, if you want to see the uncensored version of this video where I do 11 photos, you can go to zwadephoto.com. You could also swing by the print shop and pick you up a print. Some of these images are in there. Or if you want to help support the channel in another way, you can make a small donation in the PayPal link below. But if you don't want to spend any money, you're not going to hurt my feelings. I hope you'll just consider liking, sharing, and subscribing. All right, so let's get into this. The first thing I like to do with my bodyscapes is blast this out. Now, as you can see here, this is the arm of my light because my boom stand is busted. But we can fix that real quick. You can either darken it or you can go through and you can, spot heal it out. This is a little quicker. And so we'll just paint that and tank it. And then this is probably also going to cut through in digital viewing, but like not in printing. And we'll just go ahead and take care of that too while we're here. Now we're going to bring this back to reality and it's time to clean up. Now you don't want to remove the things that make somebody human, like beauty marks or, scars. Those things make people human and you don't want to remove those. But these little specks here, I call this business as usual. It's just going through and removing little bumps and nicks and dings and things. We want to make sure that they look natural, which these appear to be doing pretty good. This one here is a little bit more obnoxious. Let's see how that looks. Okay, so let's select our own area. Let's go a little bigger. I think we're done with business as usual for now, so let's get this where we want it. And the first thing I like to do is I like to crush some blacks by bringing down my blacks and increasing my dehaze. I like adding some clarity, aka contrast in your midtones. And we don't really need texture because this was shot at f7.1. And so, I mean, it's already tag sharp. And if we add any texture, it may end up with a crunchy vibe, which we don't want. And so now we can bring this up. You have to ignore the histogram a lot of the time with your bodyscapes because there's just so much black, it just doesn't know what's happening. Let's bring down the highlights just a little bit for mainly this area. What we're doing is we're trying to conserve these shapes that my cursor is following. We don't want to totally crunch them, but we want them to have a bit of a nice edge with some fall off like we see right here. This is a very tight edge and then it just kind of fades off into the lit area. I like to add some warmth to my bodyscapes. And this is looking pretty good to me. So let's go on to the next one. This is a classic bodyscape. So the first thing we're going to do, we're going to check for weird stuff in the background. We have a little bit right here. Oh, boom stand, why must you be busted? We could bring this back down to reality and we can start with business as usual. This is a good way to pose a hip bone area, because what we've done is we've brought the legs together and we've rolled the hip forward. So not only does that give us a shape here, and it gives us some shadows here in this kind of shape, but it also does an excellent job of hiding her pelvic area and ultimately the vagina, because we don't do vaginal art. I don't. Not saying that there's definitely people that do, but I don't do vaginal art. Just play with our dehaze, bring the blacks down just a little bit. We're actually going to give this a little bit of shadow, just to kind of pull this back a little bit. We don't need any texture. Now, I can be almost 100% guaranteed that this is going to look great in black and white. And so let's get our temperature where we want it. And if you go in black and white, maybe bring the highlights down at that point. And that's nice and silvery and very, very cool. But we're going to do this one in color. Here we are at our last image. Let's see if we got anything in the background. Just a little bit. That would probably disappear naturally, but we're going to go ahead and do this kind of thing. Now this is a classic bodyscape shape. The back offers lots of shapes and all kinds of opportunity for shadow. And also our model has dimples here, and so that's just a little extra bit of something. So we have, you know, this one, we have shadows through here, we got a nice hook right here, and then for the shapes, you know, we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then we also got some shadow right here from the buttocks. So let's get into business as usual. There we go. We have left it still looking like skin, but some of the harder lit ones we have gotten rid of. And now we can get into this. This photo barely needs anything done to it. It's already pretty well done within the camera, but you know, we can maybe like add some contrast, add some warmth, as I like to do. Let's see what we do when we add some clarity. I mean, it didn't even really need most of this, but kill some of those highlights. And you know what? I bet this is going to look great in black and white too. It is nice and silvery and cool. I would brighten this up, but otherwise, that is a pretty darn chromy. I like it, nice and silvery. It also looks fantastic. This is a great tone for my kind of bodyscape color work. This is, I mean, just right on it, bronzy. Excellent. That's a wrap of this episode of ZWade Photo. If you found this video helpful, informative, or entertaining, make sure you let me know in the comments below. Also, swing over to my website to see the full uncensored version of this video, and I will catch you in the next one.